Hey up Blues fans, how are we? Um, Man, we got a lot to talk about. That was a game none of us were expecting, let's be honest. But before we get into that, let's talk about the day. Man, was that fan zone moving yesterday. How good was it just to see all the fans back together, everyone reconnecting with each other. My cousins dropped me a message that I ain't seen in quite a while, and I met up with them. And you know what? I just had the best time ever, and it just reminded me that the season started, Blues are together, and it brings all the fans together. And the atmosphere at St Andrews was better than I've ever seen it. It was brilliant, honestly. Such a great day before the match had even kicked off. It was just, what Tom Wagner has done, creating that fan zone, and everyone part of the Birmingham pyramid has done, creating that fan zone and bringing people together with the music, the food, the drink. It was brilliant, man. So big hats off to Tom Wagner and all the boys on all the work they've done at the stadium. Honestly, it's phenomenal what they've done. Give me a chance to reconnect with a bit of my family. I thought it was brilliant. I loved it. I really, really did. And then went into the stadium. Everything, obviously, we spoke about this already. The stadium looks mint. You walk into it, they've proper gone above and beyond. And then the match kicked off. I'm not going to sit here and slag off any players because that'd be extremely fickle of me. We've had a brilliant pre-season, a lot of signings, a lot of new lads learning the way each other play. The lads just look nervous. I actually would go as far to say did selling out St Andrews go against us in a weird way? Was it just for pressure? They come out, the timbres are playing, the fireworks are going off, there's fire, there's just 27,500 fans, Maybe some of them just crumbled. You got to remember, some of the players we brought in have never played in front of a crowd like this. If you go and watch the clips of Alfie May's Charlton highlights, the stadium's never full. So some of them have never seen an atmosphere like this. And I think some of them possibly just crumbled under the pressure. And it's not the performance I wanted. We didn't play how we would have wanted to play. It's first game of the season. I thought we looked quite poor in the first half. The stats reckon we done 72% possession. It certainly didn't feel like that, if I'm honest. And then, we kept fighting. We got the penalty. I'm not going to lie, I don't think it's a penalty, to be honest. I think we was very lucky to get the penalty. Alfie May put it away, as cool, calm as you like, 1-1. Took the point, get out of there, do you know what I mean? First game of the season done with, the pressure's off, you've played together, the first 90 minutes out of the way. You're still undefeated at St Andrews. It will be the first game. But look, I'm not too mad. I'm glad we got out of there with a point. I'm not going to sit here and slag off the players. We'll have a talk about some of the performances. I kind of saw it was down to nerves from Sanderson's long balls. How many times did we see that in the pre-season? Just pinging them. Ping, ping, ping. No problems. Every single one. And yesterday, for the life of him, he just couldn't do it. I think it is just pressure. It's just nerves. The build-up play was slow. The amount of times I saw Bielik or Sanderson kind of jogging into the middle, kind of turning back round, and I think I can't put it down to anything other than pressure because we've seen enough evidence to show that the quality's there. Reading done what they wanted to do very well. They would have known they weren't have, a lot of the ball. They'd hoof it long, make it hard, and they did, and they got a goal. Fair play to them, they executed their plan well. I thought Laird and Miyoshi were struggling. I always say Miyoshi, it's Miyoshi, isn't it? I thought they were kind of struggling for ideas. Laird really didn't want to put it into the box. That's one thing I took away. The amount of times he got down there, a few times when they were running at the Tilton in the first half, he couldn't get that touch right to knock it around the defender. But whenever it did work, I don't know if they knew what the plan was after that. Was it back to Miyoshi, into... I don't know. They just never... It was like, get the ball further up the field as you can and then just see what happens. And the creative magic wasn't there just to convert any of the possession into a goal. And again, it's first game of the season. We can't escape this. It's not a big deal. Ultimately, it's not a big deal. Yes, we would have wanted the 3 points. just so we could be up there in the table and go, look, we're brilliant, we told you. It is what it is. I thought Hansen looked very good when he come on. I thought Mark Leonard was a little bit lost at times. And this isn't, I keep reiterating this after every person, I'm just going to say it, this isn't a attack on anyone's character. I'm just saying the performance is a sin, but I understand why a sin, what a sin, I think. Thought Mark Leonard looked a bit quiet. Thor looked alright before he went off injured. I don't think it's anything too serious because he walked off. Luke Harris didn't really see much of him when he come on, again a bit quiet. I thought, Hansen was kind of I thought Keshi Anderson looked very good when he come on. Very attacking, Keshi Anderson, I've said this before on this channel, he seems to really step up when the rest of the team is struggling. But when the team are playing well and he comes on, he kind of just slots in. I find him best when the team's struggling. He comes and brings out, he's a big dude, man. I've actually seen him around here a few times, around where I live. He's got that physical presence, he's strong, he's quick, and he's a bit of a bully sometimes. I like that, and I think that's what Blues needed. And then the Duke come on. I thought for that last 10 minutes after we scored the penalty, the last 6 minutes of added time, so probably 8-10 minutes, I thought we looked really, really well. And Chris Davies said in the interview, if the game would have gone on for another 10 minutes, he thinks we would have won it. But the game only goes on for however it goes on for. Look, Blues fans, don't be discouraged. Honestly, it's the first game. We've got 3 away games back to back now. We've got Charlton in the Cup, then Wickham, then someone else. Leighton Orient, I think. Don't stress it, man. I think it will actually do our players some good to play away from home, away from the pressure, and then hopefully they'll come back to a sold out St Andrews at Nottingham Park. So and we signed your man yesterday. The Japanese lad. What's his name? Quick edit. Ayumu Yakoyama. I bet you couldn't even tell it was edited, could you? I bet you couldn't even see me clip in, clip out. I knew that. I'm just playing with this. Yucky. Yep. Let's have a look, man. How do you say this name? Yokoyama. Ayumu Yokoyama. Jesus Christ, man. It's going to be a tongue twister this season. William Williamson to Hansen, out to Yakoyama, to Miyoshi, to Sunko Peck. It's Jesus Christ, man. Get your tongue twisters out for this season. I'd hate to be a commentator, but he looks quick, man. I have watched a compilation. I'm not blagging you. I didn't know his name. Fair. I have watched a compilation of him. I feel like I can feel he's looking at me through the camera. I have, I promise you. He looks really good. He's quick. Good on the dribble. He looks like a bit of a Sacramento, for Cov City. I hate Cov, but that's kind of who he reminds me of, and that's not a racial thing. He plays like that. This video has gone from bad to worse, so now I'm here just comparing all the Asian players. No, he looks good. Again, it'll be another player that needs to settle in going into the season. I think, I do think I underestimated how long it takes for players to embed with each other. And I think in pre-season you get a full sense of security and you think these look like these are gelling well enough. And maybe they have, and it was, again, I've said it 4 or 5 times, that it was probably the pressure of just the match day. I'm not worried at all. It's a long old season. We've got 45 games left. I'm so glad we got the point though. I feel like a loss at St Andrews wouldn't have been devastating. It would have been a massive setback though, just to say we've already been beaten at home. I'd put it down to luck more than anything. Obviously, if you're not putting balls into the box, you don't get penalties. But looking at the penalty, the guy's arm was here. He was very lucky to get it, in my opinion. I'm not going to moan because it went our way, but you can't rely on referees' decisions to, because they'll go against you on another day. But yeah, there's some of the defending in the first half was good. Reading looked really good in the first half, and Bielik put his life on the line a couple of times, and we got it out. And as bad as we were playing, we did look quite secure as a defensive unit. And I know it's quite funny to say because we did concede, but can you imagine how many we would have conceded with our team last season? So there is positives to be taken. Chris Davies, you know what? It's funny. Chris Davies looked quite chill after the game. He didn't look that bothered, and I'm sold on Chris Davies. In Chris Davies we trust. So when I say he's not concerned, I'm not concerned. And I know it's the job of the manager to relax But, he seemed happy enough to be like, yeah, it's one of them lads, a jelly and blah, blah, blah. I did like Alfie May's interview after. He shows a bit of personality. I love a player with a persona. Him and Laird, mostly. Alfie May was saying, look, the last time he missed a penalty was against the Reading keeper. So he was glad to give their fans a lot of stick, to be fair, giving him the shush. And he said he's quite excited to go away to Charlton to see how he gets the reaction from their fans. It's just nice when you see the players actually having a conversation. The amount of times they go that, it was a good performance, there's things we need to improve on. I think the manager's tactics are very good, and, I'm just glad to get the draw and we go again next week. And you're just like, oh my God, man. And you give it a like and get off, and you're like, what the fuck? What was that? I also did get I met up with BCFC Jay yesterday, man, the boy in blue. I met up with him after the game. I did get a video with him. God knows where that video is. I was going to edit it in and put it into this video, but me and him had a pint after the game. He's a proper nice guy, man. So go ahead and subscribe to the boy in blue if you haven't already. I would put the video in, but I can't find it. I'll have a little look when I'm editing and see if I can get it in. But I done it on my phone, and I only had 1 point yesterday, so a little part of me is thinking, did I even hit record when I was doing it? I don't know. Whatever. Hey, it was nice to speak to you guys again. I'll speak to you Tuesday for the Charlton game. Let us know what you think, man. Jump in the comments, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. It always means a lot, man. And these videos are going to be coming thick and fast all throughout the season. So take it easy, guys, and I'll see you soon.